So ever since I started getting into pickleball, I've always been really obsessed with Ben Johns. And I know he's like the #1 player and he's amazing and everything, but there's something about just how nonchalant and how casual he is. Like, his shots aren't like super flashy or they're not like super spectacular looking, but they're always getting the results and they're super efficient. So in this video, I want to break down two things. One, analyze in slow-mo and try to imitate how he serves. And the other thing I wanted to try and break down is how he hits his backhand slice drop from the baseline. They're always very spinny, low, and they always get him up to the kitchen. Like 95% of the time when he hits this slice drop, he's up at the kitchen. So let's start off with his serve first. I've been practicing this a lot, and I'll put a little slow-mo overlay right here for you guys to see how he serves. And I'm gonna try to break it down. So when he serves, he's pretty close to this kitchen line right here. And I first noticed like the angle of his feet. So in the videos that I watch him serve, his feet are angled like this. And he's using a pretty closed stance. And he always does this. I even try to copy his ritual. He always does this. His body weight is on his left foot, and he always bounces the ball a few times. And then he does like this kind of rock back where he kind of pulls his weight back on his back foot. He goes like here, and then his feet is actually pretty high. It's a little bit like borderline on legality, but his feet is like right here. He's pulling back. He's pulling back, and he serves very linearly. He doesn't really do a lot of this like big kind of top spinny. I'm sure he gets a lot of top spin, but his serves right here, feet is angled kind of like 45 degrees this way, back foot here, closed stance right here, and then he goes back and he kind of just swipes forward, not using a lot of like generation this way. So on camera, it doesn't look like he's doing a lot. Like, it doesn't look like he's putting a lot into his serves, but he's always getting his serves deep. So I'm gonna try a few more here. And so he just kind of pushes that forward with all his weight. He does get some generation with his back foot there, but it's not like it's not a jerky movement or anything. I think he really just prioritizes depth over anything else. Depth and pace is what he really goes for. So here. And his serves aren't super archy. Like, it's not really loopy. It's very, very straight, fast, and deep. So let me try to get a few more here. All right, here we go. So yeah, it's really nothing too flashy. I almost want to overcomplicate it and be like, oh no, he's like doing some special technique. But it really is just him taking a couple of bounces, getting in the right mental state, rocking back here. And he's definitely using a lot of his body weight behind it. And he kind of swings it almost like a golf club. And he just swings forward and gets it really, really deep. Let's try a few more. So for the next part of the video, I'm gonna have the ball machine feed me some balls to my backhand side here. And I wanted to kind of I'm gonna try to attempt to analyze and emulate Ben's backhand slice drop. It's just so pretty to watch and it's so consistent. I think his backhand slice drop is just unparalleled. Okay, let's start this up and see how we do here. So one thing that I noticed that Ben does a lot is he does do cross court drops, but he also does down the line drops. And when he does it, he definitely definitely gets pretty low, and he's almost like so confident that his drops are good that he comes all the way up. I'll try to emulate what he does. He goes here, and he kind of goes here, and he's already up here. So it's not like a super aggressive drop. It's a slice drop, but he's just up here, and he gets up here, and then he'll be ready for that next attack. So let's try to get a few more repetitions here. And I set that camera angle over there, and I'll try to overlay it to see how you can see how mine is different than Ben's. And we could kind of analyze together to see what I can work on to make it look more like Ben's backhand slice drop. That his movement just kind of gets to carry them into the kitchen like that, and the opponents feel a lot of pressure. Like him and Colin, they just get up. They just get up to the net very often. But perhaps what I should do here is maybe instead of moving forward, I should try to get a few more repetitions of this first before I incorporate some movement. So here, slice drop there. I'm trying to get really, I need to really think about opening up my paddle face and finding the right angle. So not too open to the point where it just gets launched up like that. Like that's not what we want. But we also don't want too closed where if I go for a slice, it just goes into the net. We don't want that either. So it's somewhere in between here and here. Like a 45-degree angle. So again, not here and not here, but somewhere in between. Like something like that. And he's not being very wristy with it. Like he's very just like shouldery with it. That was a pretty good one. That felt pretty good. That was a pretty good one. That felt pretty good. But he really keeps his wrist locked in and very consistent. That's why I think he's very consistent, is because right here, it's all locked in for him. And he just kind of follows through with his shoulders and body movement, which is very, very consistent. But if we incorporate a lot of wristiness to this, things get very dicey. So just like that. See, that one I think I would like for it to be a little bit lower. So I need to close my paddle angle just a touch. That one felt a little bit better. So 40-degree angle perhaps. And he's usually not, he's not in an open stance. So he's not like hitting straight on this way, but he's usually like a little bit diagonal to the ball, like here. And then he gets to just walk up and boom, he gets to play his kitchen game and do some of his backhand rolls, which are so pretty as well. Oh, I wish I was Ben. All right, here we go. So I'll hit a few more here. That was a nice one. Yeah, as I'm hitting these, it's very important. I'm noticing that my successful hits are definitely the ones where my wrist is not wavering. Like my successful hits are the ones where my wrist is firm and I found the correct paddle angle. So this is something that I'll probably be doing. I'll probably just come out here, hit a couple hundred balls, and just memorize this angle. Because I think if I could memorize this angle of my paddle, I won't even have to think anymore. And I'm not gonna be like nervous anymore, but I'm just like, wait, I've seen this ball 100 times. I know this paddle angle. So I'm just gonna lock it in and perform and execute. Just like that, just like that. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you guys like this type of like analysis on some pro shots. I know I'm not a pro, but hopefully I can help just shed some light on what pros are doing and how we can try to emulate what they're doing really good at. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.